Alright everybody, how's it going? Thought I'd answer a little question tonight that I often get asked, which is how I got into wedding photography and how I ended up shooting well over 1,000 weddings here in Japan. So basically, I started out back in Australia with a film camera. Started out in Canon, and I was shooting for Japanese tourist companies over there, mostly shooting group photos and things like that, and second shooting for weddings for my Japanese boss. And he got me started in it back in Brisbane, Australia, and the Gold Coast. And after moving to Japan in about 2000, I started freelancing for a little bit before working with Japanese wedding companies. So in Japan here, they have big in-house wedding companies that will handle everything from makeup through. They've got chapels, they've got Japanese style chapels, they've got party rooms, everything in these big ass buildings. And when I was working in there, I had a lot of practice shooting weddings every single weekend, and then every weekday pretty much I'd be shooting what they call maidori, or like pre-wedding location shooting around the building or around the town, things like that. And before we go out on these location shoots, we'd shoot the formal shoot of the couple in their kimono or in their dress or whatever it was in the studio. So we did a lot of studio shooting as well. So this is kind of where I cut my teeth, training under a very strict boss here in Japan, and also shooting for Japanese bridal magazines like Zekshi and things like that, which are very popular here in Japan. So after doing that for a bunch of years, up in Fukushima, where the earthquake and tsunami was, I moved down here to where I am now, which is beautiful Okinawa. I luckily moved down here a year before the tsunami in Fukushima, although I did have friends and stuff back up there that suffered some damage to their houses and whatnot. Being down here in Okinawa, it's more of a destination place where we have couples coming in from mainland Japan and all other parts of Asia. And because it's a destination place, weddings aren't just on the weekend like they are in most places, it's every single day. So that's when my weddings really started to pick up, and started just doing hundreds and hundreds. So after working with various wedding companies down here for a few years, I eventually broke away from those and started my own company, which is Photo Shisa. Shisa is the kind of mascot of Okinawa, lion dog kind of character. And since then I don't do so many weddings per year, but when I was working for the big wedding companies down here in Okinawa, yeah, I'd be doing a few hundred each year. So that's how I managed to rack up so many weddings, which is well over 1,000 now, in just the last 4 years or so. So it was a good learning experience. I'd call it a good paid education. It was a great way to cut my teeth, learn from mistakes, and went through a whole lot of cameras. Some cameras I even broke in the first year when they were like buying them new, and have the shutter wear out in the first year. So yeah, it's been a great experience, and I've learned a lot through all of that. And now I concentrate more on doing location shoots with couples directly, mostly from Hong Kong, but we also go overseas and shoot destination weddings around the world. Okay, and here's some quick tips if you're thinking about becoming a wedding photographer. Number one, always make sure you have backups of all your gear, especially your cameras. You can't shoot a wedding without two cameras. You got to have them in case one breaks down, and you really want to have different focal length lenses on each camera so you can quickly go between wide angle and close-up shots for those times when you don't have much time to react and take a few quick shots, you know, of a wide angle showing the scene, and then close up of the couple, things like that. Another tip is to really work on your communication skills. That's one of the biggest battles of getting good photos of couples, is making them at ease in front of the camera. making them relaxed and becoming their friend as quick as possible. So you really want to work on your communication skills, get them calm, try and connect with something with them, find out what their hobbies are, and try to connect with them on some level like that. Another tip is to think of the poses. If you're going to be shooting location shoots and you're going to be setting up poses, a lot of couples aren't that natural in front of the camera where they can just pose themselves. So you have to put them into basic poses where hopefully they can move around a little bit themselves as well. But you really want to think of the pose before you get to it. So if you're going to change from one setting to another scene, try to think in your mind before you get to that scene what you're going to do. That way there's no awkward moments in between where you're thinking, what should we do next? And it really just helps things run smoother. It makes you appear more professional, and it will keep the customer's confidence level that much higher. If you start to doubt yourself or wonder what's going wrong or with your camera or thinking too much, the customer will pick up on that. They'll start to get nervous and it will show up in the photos. So that's just a few little quick tips to help you get started if you're thinking of getting into wedding photography. If you'd like more tips, I have some other specific wedding photography tips videos. If you check my older videos, feel free to take a look at those. And if you have any other questions regarding wedding photography, engagement photography, destination, whatever, feel free to ask me. I'll do my best to answer them for you. And good luck, and enjoy the ride. It's good fun. Just take it easy. Don't get stressed out. Yeah, try to learn from my mistakes and other people's mistakes. Look at a lot of photos and enjoy the ride. Alright, this is Pete Leong signing off. See you again soon.